Are we live? Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I think let's. Okay.
Oh, you want to wait? Yeah, we can wait, bro. That's no problem.
It's like 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's start at 7 on the dot. All the founders just go through your pitch one more time. Prepare.
Hey, Viren, is everything working? Because your video is paused for me for a while. Okay, cool. You're audible. Your video paused for a second.
Are you talking about me? I think my voice got cut.
Yeah, your voice is breaking slightly.
Acha, okay. I think my internet is just.
Yeah. Is it possible to change network or something real quick?
Yeah, just working on that.
Okay, I think we are live on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
All right, great. So let's just start.
With Viraj Discord thing.
Just do it now, bro.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I'll do it. Shreyans, you can start.
Sure. Cool, guys. So let's start with the event. So I'm super excited to announce this is the finals of the startup pitching competition that we hosted at BlueLearn. It's been a really great last 2 weeks or almost 10 days where we went over 50, 60 different applications from multiple founders, and all the pitches were really great. All the ideas are always great. But based on some criteria like product, team, experience, all of those things, we have selected the top 11. We wanted 10, but we couldn't choose, and we ended up with top 11 startups. So we have the founders of those 11 startups with us right now on this meet, along with the judges, Noah Martins and Viren Jindal. Noah works at First Check VC, which is an early stage VC firm in India. And they have really great track record investing across startups like EdTech and SaaS and AgriTech, Space Tech, and a bunch of other cool ones. So a big welcome to Noah for joining us.
Thanks, Shreyans. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, and moving on to our second judge for tonight is Viren, who is working as an investment analyst at Titan Capital. Titan Capital is started by the founders of Snapdeal, Kunal Bell and Rohit Bansal. And they have also a really great track record of investing in hundreds of startups in India and across the world as well. So Viren, it's an honor to have you here as well. Apart from...
Hey guys, hey Shanj, hey Arisha, good to be here.
Great to have you. So the criteria to judge all the startups today who will be pitching is mostly based on product. Does your product provide value to the customers that it has? Apart from that, we'll also be looking at some of the market size, the team and their execution, right? These are the 3 primary factors that we will be looking at and in judging the different startups. So without any further ado, let's just start and call up the very first team. Yash, maybe you want to take over?
Yeah. Just a second.
Also, guys, as soon as your name is called up, please start sharing your screen and also turn your camera on. We are being live streamed on YouTube at the moment, and it's a great way to just get your market validation and feedback on your pitch.
Yeah, so Tokenophone, the name of startup, and Shreyans, Chauhan, and team. So you're first. You can start.
Also, guys, do remember you guys have 5 minutes for the entire thing. 3-minute pitch, 2-minute Q&A session. If your pitch does exceed 3 minutes, then you will miss out on your Q&A session from the judges. But after 5 minutes, we will be doing a hard stop. Over to Shreyans, Shreyash, Chauhan.
त्यांच्याच आवाज येणं चले
Yes, you can start.
Shreyas, are you facing any internet issues?
Dude, I think his
Yes, sir.
internet is
I'm here.
maybe bad.
Hello, sir. Hello.
You can begin.
Sir, my project is Tokeno Ledger. It's I'm sharing. Sir, host has disabled the sharing of screen.
Really sorry for that. You can go ahead.
Sir, myself Shresh and my project is Tokeno Ledger, the blockchain assets manager. The problem we are going to solve is we don't have a dedicated device for blockchain. The next big thing, we have many protocols and networks like Ethereum, but not any device or platform that can handle those assets like NFTs, cryptos, and dApps. We don't have a secure asset manager device.
Shreyash, sorry to interrupt you, but your screen is not visible. Can you, maybe you can take like 2 minutes to fix your internet. In the meantime, we will call over the next participant.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I will.
Sure. Just as soon as you're ready, just you may raise your hand and we will put you next in line. But till then, maybe you'll call the next person on. Yes?
Yeah, Sanskriti from Team Spongify. You can start maybe.
And guys, please do check your internet before coming on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah. You can maybe like turn on your camera and also. Cool.
Hi, my name is Sanskriti and I'm currently a high school student. My idea of Spongify is to create a platform where students can find everything in one place. A platform for students and learners to organize their life. During the ongoing pandemic, students have been facing a lot of problems, and one of them being procrastination while learning online. Freelancing and finding internships has also become hard, and underprivileged students lack access to opportunities. In solution to that, Spongify will provide online courses with regular assignments to make sure students are learning, a freelance platform where students can sell their services, internship training and guaranteed placement offers at startups, and mental health support from professionals, along with scholarships for underprivileged students. The services we provide include online courses, a streaming platform, an inbuilt to-do list application, a freelance platform, mental health support, internships, competitions, rooms, clubs, along with social features to connect with like-minded people. This is how we plan on making money, by selling online courses, connecting students with counselors, live classes, providing notes, and connecting students with counselors. The current market size of EdTech in India is $1 billion and estimated to be $30 billion by 2030. Coming on to the most important question, why us? Why people would choose us over other platforms? EdTech companies only focuses on providing online courses. On the other hand, freelancing sites like Fiverr and Upwork are too crowded. Spongify will provide students with best services in a single place. At last, I would like to thank BlueLearn for giving me an opportunity to provide me a platform where I can share my idea. Thank you.
Thank you
Sir,
so much,
I'm ready,
Sanskriti.
sir.
Thank you, Sanskriti.
Over to the judges for any questions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is she still
You
here?
want-
Yeah, Sanskriti, can you please keep your camera on? Thank you.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Sanskriti, for the pitch. One question I have is, how do you plan on reaching students and getting them to use your platform rather than the other ones that exist right now?
So we are currently in the process of building a community of students, and once we have enough students, we plan on launching a platform. Yeah,
How are you building this community?
through Discord servers, Slack groups, workspaces,
Okay.
reaching to our target students.
Okay. And why do you think, why would the student use your platform rather than all of these other things? Because what is the reason that all of these things need to be grouped together is my question for you. Because all of these things exist individually, right? So why do we need to group them together?
So in our online courses, these will be live classes, and we will provide live assignments, regular assignments. So it will give an environment of a regular classroom. It will be online also. So on other platforms, we have they have like pre-recorded sessions, but ours will be live classes and live assignments, so students can focus on assignments as well. And without passing the assignment, they won't be going on to the next topic.
Okay. Viren, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I wanted to know like your story actually first. Like, do you personally face this problem, and like how did you come up across this idea?
Yeah, so I am in high school, and we have been doing online school since 1 year, 1.5 years. So I have been facing problems while learning online. So yeah, these are my personal problems, and I tried freelancing, but many crowd places. So that's
Okay.
what.
And have you validated this problem with other people, other peers, and not just your schoolmates, maybe from other schools? And this is basically for high school students, right? Your TG would be high school students.
No, we would be also focusing on college students. I don't know much about college students, but we would also be focusing on college students.
So yeah, I think you should also like, if your TG includes the college students, I think wouldn't it be a good thing to actually validate your problem, whether it is even required for college students, and then maybe focus on them?
Yeah, we are working on that one. First, we build the community and we test our product. Then only we'll launch
Okay.
the product.
Okay, I think that's it from my.
Great. I think time is up as well.
Yeah, even 5 minutes are up.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Sanskriti, for giving that great pitch. Hope you got a great experience, and we will definitely keep in touch and let you know what future rounds or selections. Moving on to the next person in the list, Shreyash.
Sir, am I audible? Am I
Yeah,
audible, sir?
yeah, you are
Yeah,
audible.
yeah, you are audible.
So my project is token ledger. So I'm gonna solve a problem that we don't have dedicated device for blockchain. The next big thing, we have protocols, networks
Yes,
like
your screen is not
Ethereum,
visible,
but not
so
any.
maybe
Oh,
you can
shit.
Okay, okay. Shreyash, I think
Yes, sir.
your screen is still not visible. There's some issue, I think.
So I'm sharing it, but
It's
I
not
guess
showing.
it's your internet still.
Okay, no issues, no issues. Don't worry.
Coordination.
Okay, don't worry, don't worry. We will.
Sir,
We will definitely keep you. We'll maybe come towards the end towards the end.
Okay, sir. And then,
Yeah, great.
Cool.
okay.
In the meantime,
Yeah. So the next team is Lemnago, by the team Neshesh, Pumrao, and teammates.
Yeah.
Sorry if I
Hello everyone.
pronounced the name wrong.
Yeah, it's like your pronounce is correct. So hello everyone.
hey,
I guess
you can start. You can start sharing your screen and start the presentation.
yeah.
And also turn on your video.
Actually, there is a error. I am trying to turn on the camera, but it's not working. Anyways, I can just start the pitch.
Yeah,
in the
sure.
meantime.
Go ahead.
I have a like myself, Nashu Shumrao. I am a 13-year-old and I have a nutraceutical startup called Demnago. So first of all, in the beginning, I like to have some questions. So being Indian, I guess we all are food enthusiasts. We all love food, and also I guess we all might have asked ourselves that are we getting proper nutrition with the right? To be frank, we are not. Over 80% urban middle class, that is the middle class working in IT companies and consulting companies are multi-nutrient deficit. So that is one of the biggest problem in India and growing rapidly. The market for it is huge. Currently, it is valued at over $5 billion. The healthy food market, that is organic and vegan food, it is valued at 3.8 billion, and over 90 million Indians are becoming preventive rather than reactive to health problems. So once we research on this, we boil down to three main problems: cost, usability by everyone, and usage. So over 70% supplements in India are fake. The rest 30 are way too expensive to be consumed on a monthly basis. So that's the main problem. Second problem, usage by everyone. So their main focus, their most focus is on intensely working out individuals. They are for gym guys, not for an individual who has a normal routine and a office going person. Third, usage. They are mainly used as a medication, not as a something that we can consume easily and something like a diet. So that is the main problem. Now how we are solving it? So we are solving it with our organic plant-based supplement, that is Lemnago, which contains over 40% complete plant-based protein, multivitamins, nutrients, and fibers without any preservative. It is much more affordable than any other protein, any other supplement available in the market, and it has absolutely no taste. So that is, it can be added to any form of say diet, or you like curries, you can add to curries, breads, desserts, anything. It will just make it more healthier. For example, say you can add the superfood to any dish and get the nutrients and the vitamins your body is craving in the flavors you love. So currently we are targeting three markets: FMCG, Government of India, and E2C. So currently we are working with a bakery in India, in Bhopal. So we supply to them. They make the dishes they normally make, but they are much healthier, same taste, and a minimalistic increase in the price. Second, the government of India spends a lot of money on malnourishment. In 2019, they spent over 30,000 crores for portion schemes. Also, the main problem is that they have a very less nutrient density. So we are providing them the affordable alternative that have better nutrient availability, and also we are giving them training and logistic supplies for getting the supplements for as a easily. Third, D2C, we will be providing also to the individuals, but that will be not like other companies. We will have a community that will act as a retaining factor also, that will bring us strong sense of healthy mindset in an individual. So as of now, we are working with a bakery that we started our sales in mid-August. So we are predicting a revenue of about 30,000 till September 15th. Also, we have two of the biggest bakeries in Bhopal that are very interested in working with us, after which we expect a revenue of 2 to 2.5 lakhs monthly. So how we are doing it? So we have three main points: innovation, safety, and cost. Unlike other companies, we use a new plant, Lemna Minor, that is also in a patent pending status on us, that has a better growth rate and also multiple nutrient density other more than other companies. Second, we have a safety check and inspection schedule for every contract farmer we have, so that there is no contamination in the plants. Also, we outsource main activities like grinding and packaging, so that our cost for production comes down, and also we have an asset model. So currently we have a profit of 60% for FMCG companies, which can grow up to 70%, and for the consumers we are expecting a margin of 85%. So we will be as of now we are looking for a funding of 5 lakh rupees for boosting our startup and having a fast growth that will be used in these sectors, expanding the production area, improving the packaging, logistics, hiring, and outsourcing the superfood production. Well, that's all for now. I'm expecting you like that.
Okay. Wow. Nice, Yash.
Yeah.
Did you say you're 13 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me how you came up with this solution and what the R&D was? Did
So
you
this all began in last year when we had the COVID pandemic growing. So last year, my mother got COVID, and we had all the the nutrition problem for diet. So we had to consume a lot of food, and that is not possible for everyone every day. So we looked for vitamins and supplements. So the main option a normal person would get is whey, but whey is just protein and not other nutrients, and it is way too expensive. Also, the other nutrients were mainly chemicals, and the organic ones were very expensive. So I kept on looking for new alternatives, and we found out a plant, lemna minor, that has amazing nutrient density and can grow at a rapid rate. So we looked onto it, we researched, and we then came up with this idea.
Okay, and we is who? What does your team look like right now?
It's just me.
Okay. Okay.
And my dog.
Okay, so you did this research yourself. You looked for the plant and you figured out the process of making it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Viren, do you want to ask something?
Yeah, like kudos to, I can't see his name, but yeah.
It's Nashrish.
So yeah, no, Shreyas. So yeah, kudos to you. Like great effort, and as a 13-year-old, I think you made a great slide as compared to the rest of one that we get at Titan also. But yeah, I wanted to ask just one question: that what are your plans to scale? And secondly, like why can't any other FMCG company take up the crop that you mentioned and make their own products?
So first of all, we have a patent pending status on our crop that we use. So that is basically a barrier we have created. Second,
Okay.
as of now, we have a bakery working with us, and also in the near future, in within 1 or 2 months, we have two other biggest bakeries in Bhopal that are partnering with us for making these products. Then we have planned to move into Indore and government agencies like Anganwadis.
Okay, so like, are you planning to go digital, maybe to have a marketing channel and have a coder by your side, or are you going to like limit yourself to the government and the nearby locations?
No, that we have a website on our own that, but that is not the final one. So we have a registration process where they can register themselves for the companies and government agencies. They can then move on to further verifications and available market.
Great.
I have another question, Naresh.
Yeah.
You said that putting this thing in food makes it 40% more healthy, right? If I remember the number right.
Actually, 40% of the protein quantity in the plant. So.
Okay. Okay. Fine. But I just wanted to know how you came up with those numbers. And
so we had a sorry.
Go ahead. You can answer.
So we had a lab test conducted by a FSI approved lab in Indore. So we got the numbers from them.
Okay. Cool. I have no more questions.
Great. I think that was a super cool, super unique and interesting pitch, Shreyas. And kudos to you for being 13 years old and doing this. I wish I was that smart when I was 13. Anyway, moving on to the next person, we have Chinmay B. Dev. If he is here or his teammate is here, would love to.
Yeah, Hustle Fitness Startup.
Yes.
Anyone?
Yes. Chinmay here.
Great. Hi, Chinmay. You can start sharing your screen and you can start.
Yes. Just a second.
Sure.
Just one sec. Noah, are you marking anything?
Yes, I am. I'm scoring on a book right now. I'll enter it there later.
Cool, sure.
So my name is Chinmay. I'm 16 years old, based in Bangalore. So this is my startup, Hustlex Fitness. So what is Hustlex? Basically, Hustlex is a social platform for fitness enthusiasts, which helps them connect and share their progress with their friends. So how are we and why are we doing this exactly? So it is to spark the competitive self, to motivate them towards fitness. In recent times, like we saw that pandemic and all hit, and people were stuck at home, not able to go to gyms or fitness centers, lost their motivation and stuff. So we conducted many surveys, and we got to know that the main reason why they don't exercise is because lack of motivation. So how are you gonna do that exactly? So we have like a mobile platform where you can create and share custom diet plans, or challenge your friends through the platform. And the Snapchat streak system also says streaks with your friends, and also profile building platform, say like a LinkedIn kind of, you'll get badges if you do some exercise or something like that. So you can build your profile over there, and activity status also. So HustleX will automatically identify the activity you're doing, and it will set that as your status on the platform, just as these WhatsApp status and stuff. And why should we do it now? So the fitness app industry is all time high, and like people are started to give attention to their health and fitness now. And coming to the market, it's sized at $2 billion right now, and is projected to grow to 6 billion in 27. Then yeah, if the product market fit is really good, we can acquire 100% of the market, because every fitness enthusiast is a potential customer. And what is unique, because there are a hell a lot of apps right now in the market, and most app, they just have pre-created courses and diet plans, and that's it. Most of them, they just have courses and diet plans, and it is like too basic, and there's no diversity, there's no customizability and all that. We, including with diet plans and courses, we also take care of the socialization part, where you connect with your friends and know what they are doing, and you stay motivated by that. And business model, freemium business model as usual, and 50% will come from premium memberships, and other rest will be in-app advertisements and other commissions. And timeline, yeah, product market fit, right now we are working on that. We are building an MVP, and later on we'll develop the whole product, launch and scale. And currently we are opening a seed round, and looking for 100 to 150K for equity based round actually. And yeah, uh, and where will this much money be used, because it's a lot of money. So product development is a main thing, which most of it is gonna go to it's a very complex app, many complex features and all that, maintenance, developing, and everything else. Also to create diet plans and uh, fitness courses, we need to collect a lot of data, so we need professional help over there of fitness coaches and nutritionists. Then other things like outsourcing design and animation and stuff. So yeah, that's it. I would end my pitch here. Thanks for the opportunity from BlueLearn. And yeah, we can go to Q&A session now.
Thanks, Chinmay. So just to make sure that I've understood this right, this is like Instagram but for fitness, right?
Yes, that's the basic idea.
Okay. My first question is, how are you going to convince people to get on another social media platform? The market already seems to be pretty saturated with
Yes.
the platforms. The platforms that exist are very entrenched, and nobody's moving anywhere unless somebody's providing an entirely new way of interacting with content, right? Like TikTok or Clubhouse,
Yes,
which is a
yes.
whole new format. So in this existing format, which is basically Instagram, how are you going to get people to join? What's your go-to-market strategy?
Yes. So the main thing which differentiates from Instagram is that it is totally dedicated towards fitness, and also it won't be just posts and stories. It'll be a lot more towards fitness. Say, users can create their own like say exercises or plans. They can like share it with their friends and all that, which is not
Like a
possible
marketplace element
yes,
also.
yes, yeah, marketplace also for like coaches and stuff to find their students, or for people to find the right coach they need. It'll be like a combination of everything.
But what's your go-to-market strategy? How do you get these people to join your platform?
Normal like traditional growth, I believe, and creative marketing. But once the platform is there and word of mouth, I guess it'll be easy to acquire the market.
Okay. Viren, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I wanted to know, like, do you face this problem personally? Like, how did you come up with this idea firstly?
Yes.
So, yeah.
So I was like during the first lockdown kind of time, because I am the athlete myself. I play a lot of sports and all that. Then suddenly, lockdown. Then I was like locked up at home, and I couldn't, I was not getting that thing that, oh, I need to do something. I put on a lot of weight and all. So that spark was not there in me that I should take care of my body. So I guess that's when this idea popped up to me, and we started so doing like, how can we keep that motivated, and people stick to their goals and not get procrastinated. So that's how like the idea popped up.
Did you try going to the gym or maybe hiring a personal trainer, or these apps that are there on CureFit, and there's the recent
Yes.
startup burn car? Yeah.
Yeah, I have used like almost like most of the top fitness apps which are there. Few are like straight trash because they just have pre-built courses, nothing interactive. They just throw you some courses on you and that's it. And coming to the top apps like CureFit, as you mentioned, they have every they have the resource, but they don't let share it with someone, or like um like collaborate with your friends, say. But the main difference is that you can stay connected and stay motivated at the same time. So
Okay.
it won't be yet another fitness app. It'll be a growing community.
Okay. And how hard, if suppose CureFit enables this feature where you can share your stories and everything, and it becomes a social app as well, you just have to add in a plugin maybe and just add your friends. So how would you tackle in that case? Because your main differentiation is again the social media feature, right?
Yes. That's a really like tough problem to handle, because CureFit has large percent of the market share. But as of now, what CureFit is doing is they're acquiring a lot of offline gyms and all that. So they're pretty much focused in the offline space rather than online space.
Okay. All right. No more questions from me.
That's a super cool idea and a great pitch, Chinmay.
Yeah,
thank you for
thank you.
that, and great questions as well. So our next team to pitch is Shubham Subhas. If he's here, can you please share your screen and start pitching?
Yeah, hi.
Great.
Let's share my screen.
Chinmay, can you stop sharing your screen?
Yeah, I'm figuring that.
Yeah. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, one sec. Cool. Hi all, I'm Shubham from Impacted Learning. Sorry. Yeah. So, So all of us here must have talked about how school education system focuses on rote memorization and not on skills which are actually required for the real world. Skills which are needed to make you a well-rounded, live a well-rounded and balanced life. So to live a well-rounded and balanced life, one needs hard skills. So real world skills, the skills which are required irrespective of the career path one chooses, for example, communication, finance, etc. We'll talk about it. And the sound mindset, which is needed to overcome difficult situations. Now, there are multiple organizations who teach you how to gain hard skills, but for the later two, it's left upon you whether or not you pick up the skills or not. Basically, it's learned in a very random manner. And what's scary is if you lack of fundamentals of this may lead you to mess up in your personal professional life in now or in future. Okay, so we at Impacted Learning aim to solve this problem. So we aim to solve this problem by our learning applications where the school students can learn, apply and retain the following skills while not missing out on fun. We do that by our learning applications, which consist of courses, having digitally interactive lectures for effective learning, which is in progress, as you can see, and interest-based industry projects with end-to-end mentorship. Post that, we just don't leave students after a workshop series, but we have a learning environment where the students can learn, apply, and retain skills. They can share their learnings and learn from their peers through our feeds. They can participate in continuous fun and informative events, read and watch regular content, and the whole experience is gamified and personalized. So that's about our app. Moving ahead to target market. Our end users are school students of age 12 to 18 living in India right now, and for now, whose parents earn more than 5 lakh per annum, the beachhead market. The total addressable market in India comes out to be $2.57 billion, and serviceable available market comes out to be $642.1 million. Coming to business model, our major B2C offerings are module-wise courses, the modules I showed you a while back, major competitions, which would happen on a regular basis, a premium subscription consisting of module-wise courses and major competitions, and strategic ads, since our platform is an engagement platform. In the future, we aim to work with schools on a cohort basis. We aim to run cohorts in the schools. Majority chunk of our expenses are from marketing and employee and mentor salaries, apart from the others as mentioned. Go-to-market strategy. We aim to market loads of free values like free workshop, free competition events, community meetups, and community perks through these avenues to get loads of community members and then upsell them to our paid courses, cohorts, and even involve them into strategic ads. Moving ahead to competition analysis. We observed that there are 4 major ways in which 21st century skills are being imparted right now. As you can see, unlike others, we focus on all aspects, such as having a self-paced learning so that students can actually learn whenever they want to, have experiential learning, have for application purposes, have industry projects, have a peer-to-peer learning environment, and emphasize a lot on long-term mindset development rather than short-term outcomes. Now, traction. So impacted learning originated with 2 major projects, which me and Hanusha, my co-founder, worked on in 2018 to 2020. So far, we have had 3 school associations. With the 3 school associations and B2C, we have 2,000 plus community members. We have had some paid pilots, and we generated a revenue of rupees 50K. And yeah, we have launched our beta, and right now we're testing it with 20 plus users. Journey ahead, we look to raise a pre-seed round in this quarter, shoot 2 courses. We are in Chennai to do that. Scale up our community members, and by the end of 18 months, we aim to raise another seed round, run cohorts with 5 schools, and further scale up our community members and paid course registrations. Team, I'm leading the business team, given my experience in leading around 2 to 3 college project teams, which did pretty well. Hanusha leads the content team, given her academic experience and experiences in her internships and projects. And Skanda is leading the tech team, given that he's been into software development right from his college days, and he's been a software engineer for like 2 years now in product solutions. Okay, financials. We estimate that we'll have cumulative revenue of 7.54 crores from B2C stream by the end of 18 months, and we estimate that we'll run cohorts with 5 schools in the next academic year and have a cumulative revenue of 45 to 90 lakhs. We're looking to raise around 1.1 crores in the coming quarter, and majority of which would go in marketing and branding and mentor salaries and video shooting and editing, the content creation, which we're doing right now. Yeah, thank you.
I had a question, like this is going to be a tough question, but how are you different from BlueLearn? I think BlueLearn is one of your major competitors, which you haven't mentioned in the competitor matrix, but how are you different from BlueLearn, and how will you tackle them?
Okay, I think we are more into fundamental skills rather than hard skills, as I talked about. So we are in totally different, not totally, we are mostly a different niche. Like we don't teach UI UX, we don't teach coding, we don't teach graphic design, but we are more into fundamental skills like effective communication, financial literacy, and we're totally targeted towards school students. So I mean, yeah, they also might have school students as audience, as I can see here, but yeah, our niche is different and the way we do is different. So that's what I would say.
Have you researched about more competitors in this space? Like I can think of open house, which are still there in the K-12 space, and there are a lot of other startups which have recently come up. They're well funded with a great team. So have you researched about them?
Yeah, we do have seen few of them. Maybe not all. Maybe not all not the new ones, and not the little less unheard ones. But I have seen open ups. Yeah.
Okay. Also, like, yeah, just one last question. So, like, this is also like the main TG is again the K-12 space. So, like, this wouldn't be like, was this a personal problem that you faced at that time, or is it something that you are trying to like ride on the wave that is that tech wave that is there?
Okay. Yeah. So all of us did feel about this problem. That was always there. We should talk about it. And I think, as I mentioned in deck, I didn't explain it well because of time limits. We have had two similar projects, one with ESL, ITM, and one with TN government in 2018 and 2019. We worked on similar things. So we talked to various stakeholders, government, teachers, parents, and students themselves. And we really realized the potential this has and the impact this creates post the workshop series or whatever events we did. And we thought if we could scale this ethically, then the impact would be like really great. So on a bigger note, we want to create, on a larger note, we want to create a generation of successful, happy, and fulfilled people. That was our main vision. And we saw that happening in those 2 years before launching Impacted.
Cool. Shubham, first of all, I want to say congrats on the stats that you have so far. Pretty cool that you already have 50K in revenue and you're already testing this out. Can you talk to me a little bit more about your industry projects and your P2P learning experience and how you would really look to differentiate yourself from all the other edtech players right now who are making content for K-12?
Okay. So I think the major thing would be not just selling the content, but creating an environment around it. So you give content, you give a place where they can learn and apply them. You give a place where they can share and talk about them and learn from each other. So I think that environment, creating that environment is a major thing which we are working on. That's a major thing. And another thing would be focusing on the mindset aspects, which I saw at least the startups which I came across with didn't really focus on. So we are into an overall development, a long-term development rather than a short-term outcome.
Right. Cool. I have no more questions.
Great. Thank you so much, Shubham, for that pitch. It was super interesting, and like Noah said, great stats. Great stats that you have achieved already. So thanks for that pitch. Now moving on to the next person in line, we have Mirabel Zhao. Mirabel Zhao.
Yeah, here.
Hi. You can start sharing your screen and start the pitch.
So hi everyone, we come to you today as 15-year-old ambitious students from Canada, and we're super excited to bring to you the idea we know you'll love for us.
So let's get started with the problem. Number 1, there are no resources for communities to take action. Number 2, politicians often fail to keep their words. And number 3, the public has limited access to credible information. But we change this with our app, For Us. So For Us is an app which displays political issues and promises in one's area, allowing them to take actions in issues of interest. Our main key features are data visualization, local to you, taking actions, and forums.
A little overview bit of our management team, Mirabel, Shrina, and Evelyn, who are all here today, and a little bit about why we're so qualified for this application.
So the first thing that a user would do when they open the app is to pick an issue ranging from vaccination rates to domestic abuse or anything social related.
Then they would kind of move on to step 2, where they'd see if the respective politicians have met up their promises. On the right, we have the US President Biden kind of sharing his opinion, and on graph that's kind of dash up visualizing, as we talked about before, the promises, what was actually done. Because often, especially where we are, promises and what's actually been executed aren't aligning.
And then we move on to step 3, which people would find out how they can help if the promises aren't made.
So ultimately, we want to change the world by spreading credible information and creating change makers in our community. And what better way than to do that with an app?
Sorry, there seems to be an issue with the slides.
Our target market as of now is ideally in Canada, and you can see more on the slide.
We plan to get the word out about this through word of mouth, social media adverts, and launching meaningful campaigns.
And here you can take a look at our business model and how we identified different sources of revenue.
So in terms of comparing ourselves, we have an advantage over Google Fact Checker as we compare what is said to what is done, and also what is said to what is said. We're also a lot easier to understand.
With that, similar to CP24, our local news station, they have an older demographic. They tend to be not visually appealing. They tend to be biased. However, we, on the other hand, have that younger audience, and being young people, plan to use data visualization to leverage those age groups.
We can also be compared to Volunteer Toronto, where they have strict volunteer opportunities. We offer activism and opportunities to make real changes. We also cover local communities instead of larger areas.
While Instagram may have pretty graphics, they mostly attract younger audiences and have uncredible information, and we solve that.
Here you can look at our timeline, goals, and key milestones.
And I cannot emphasize this enough, but the demand is real and the time is now. In these unprecedented times, the demand for knowledge as well as the demand to take action is very real, which is why we should launch our app.
To do this for you, for our future, and for us. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, guys. That was very cool. Okay, my first question is, you spoke a lot about how you would help people identify problems and compare what politicians have said to what they've actually done. There was an action button on your app that we saw. What does that mean? How can one actually take action on these problems? Because the way I see it, what you're doing right now is you're making people aware of how bad the issue is, but you're not telling them how they can fix it. So, I mean, I just see that as like a negative force almost, because, you know, now they're just upset that there's so many problems that they can't solve. So what does the action button do? And how much impact do those actions actually have?
So we've actually been testing our actions with some market research, and that action button would basically tell you actionable items that you can do no matter where you are that really help impact to that change. So whether it be actually reaching out to that politician, we would be kind of giving you that information to reach out to the MP in your area and make that sure that change is heard up in Parliament. With that, we also include some volunteer opportunities and things like that to work toward creating long-term change through nonprofit organizations and just ways in general to really uplift those issues. We are really big on not just stating issues and just stating them and moving on with your life. We really want people to have passion and resonate with them and feel uncomfort and disrupt that status quo to ensure that change is really being brought, and we're really working towards finding those values. And we're really market testing and market researching this with opportunities near us, as well as reaching out to politicians. And we've tested that to see that works really effectively.
All right. Viren, do you have any questions?
Yeah, firstly, I wanted to know what was the problem that all three of you had faced when you came up with this idea, and secondly, how do you guys meet, and what responsibilities as three co-founders you have at the startup?
So I can answer the first part of that question. Basically, how we came up with this idea is that we noticed that around us, there's a ton of change makers, a ton of people who want to make change and change the world, but they don't have a platform or, I guess, the confidence to actually take that first step. So for us, builds a community where different people who press the take action button can build a group. And as a group, the success rate is obviously higher, and they're obviously more confident in being able to achieve what they want to do. And also, another inspiration is obviously we spoke about fake news and about how youth are not very engaged in watching TV news, therefore missing out on the actual real news. And on social media, there's tons of fake news. So we're bringing that data visualization. It's appealing, but also it's credible.
And as for that second part of that question, we've done a lot of work as co-founders with competitions and things like that. So we've passed to the second round of Gatsby. We're in a variety of mentorship program with industry professionals in Silicon Valley. So really what we do is have meaningful conversations with these people, and really find ways for us to grow and scale up our venture, and eventually doing timelines to see how we can grow our venture to not only places in Canada where we're located, or places in the US, talking to officials and mayors there, and places in India where we are right now. So yeah, we're really just hoping to just grow our venture and really see where we can take this off with. And of course, we are very close friends, and we've grown to see each other and really be upset about this information lock between people who might be more of the wealthy class and people who are probably in the lower class area. So using that passion, we've kind of been fueled our responsibility. And of course, we're really good friends. So that funnels it all together.
Great. One last question, like how are you planning to monetize our app? Like what will be the pricing features if it scales up?
So that's a really great concern, and we talked about with industry professionals, and they recommended that aside from advertisements, which would be a main source of revenue, but we would also increase options like a premium option, or sometimes even scaling off and going into the side of selling t-shirts, selling merch, and kind of using those to really leverage our revenue and make sure that we're gaining sustainable profit.
Great. No more questions from me. Good job.
Super cool, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a really great idea and a great pitch as well. It's great to see we have people from across the world giving pitches. So kudos to that. And yeah, keep working on the idea, and good luck. Thank you so much for participating, and we will definitely be in touch. Moving on to our next participant, we have Prakhar Agarwal.
Yeah. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Prakhar, you're audible.
Yeah.
Can you just share your screen and you can start the pitch?
Actually, my teammate would be sharing the screen.
Sure.
If you're comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, no issues.
If you could.
Yeah. Over to you guys.
Oh, is my screen visible?
Yeah. You may represent. Yeah. Present the screen.
Yeah.
So to start off, good evening, everyone. I'm Prakhar Agarwal, and I'm really grateful to BlueLearn for giving me this opportunity. So to start off with the introduction, let me introduce who we are first. To take care of a genuine issue through tech, 4 nerds met up to shape an association, which we call today 404 Enigma. Being a college student during this pandemic, we faced a problem to how sync and figure out what all assignments are given by our professors. We always used to miss the deadlines. It was totally a chaotic mess. Like having a batch of 26 students, we found that 23 students are facing the same problem as well. So we came up with an idea of making a collaborative to-do, which will serve as a system to get on track of that all assignments. And we did this on various to-do applications. Before I explain what 404 Enigma worked on, I would like to give you individuals a situation. Suppose an individual shared a task on the list, which is collaborated by 4 people. And now if one of them denotes the task as finished, the task moves to the finished segment, irrespective of whether others have finished or not. So the pain point which user has to take here is that generally users make a copy of the shared list and keep that to themselves so that no one can interrupt their progress. But what if I tell you that from now on, a user doesn't have to do all this? So now let me introduce you to Enlist, a distributive management system with basic features of a to-do and an additional feature that allows a list of shared tasks within a group. In Enlist, all you have to do is add a task. It will automatically get synced in everyone's task list. So now users don't have to hassle around by keeping a copy of the shared list. Enlist makes sure that any changes on a shared task are particular for everybody, and any alterations made by one individual won't affect others list. So now one of the individuals denotes the task is finished, enlist won't affect other individuals. Moving here. To capture our market, enlist is not only bounded to web app. Like when the users are out on the go, enlist is available at their fingertips, as they can even access our Android app from the Play Store. Moving on. Being up and running, enlist is live in our college, and students are currently using it to keep daily track of the assignments and tests. In the time span of roughly, I guess, 2 weeks, without even having implemented our go-to marketing strategy, we already have 150 plus guest users who have tried our product. Moving on, competition. Our primary competitors are Microsoft To Do, Google Task, Todoist, and many more. But while these products are mainly focused on personal management, Enlist's primary target is for large team and individuals. But what makes us even different from this application software and also with every other to-do list out there in the market is our core algorithm, that is unique sharing. Considering all this stuff, now let me come to the most interesting point of this pitch. What if I tell you that the algorithm which we have implemented in Enlist can also be integrated with any of the software available in the market? Name it Notion, Ntask, Evernote, OneNote, many more, countless. And currently, the team is working on that. And let me tell you, this is just the beginning. You name it, and we will have our algorithm integrated with it. We are now targeting every single tech startups and business corporate, especially organizations such as colleges, universities that require dedicated private workspace for their custom needs. We got into this market because it's a huge, like the global collaboration market is currently estimated at $47.2 billion. It's growing at a staggering 12.7% annually. And I guess there's a plenty of room for us to grow here. Next point, we wanted to scale the team further, develop the product, and needed a bigger marketing push that will bring us to our first 1 lakh users within the first year. The next part, this is a small review which we did. Like we did a quick review in our college, and this was the feedback which we got from our fellow undergrads. So the most thing that they liked, our users, our undergrads, like the simplicity which we have in our Enlist. Like just you have to add the task in Enlist and that's it. Rest of our algorithm will handle that. And then I guess moving to the next slide. Yeah. So here's a quick demo of Enlist, how it works, how my college mates are using it. So basically, like this, for example, is a class CSB3. Yeah. So if I tell you this is a task that DBMS Lab 1, we have got one assignment. Yeah. Can you just pause it right now? Yeah. So here it is shown that with whom, like which student has shared this task. We have everything, the title, description, like we have to submit a C program, for example, the deadline, and everything like the Google Calendar already integrated with that, important type, all the basic features which we have in To-Do. Yeah, so moving on. Yeah, just move to the next slide, please. So to have a better understanding, here we are just comparing two products, Enlist and Microsoft To Do. So here's the quick walkthrough of Microsoft To Do. This is a collaborative list which is shared by two people, Prakhar and Pratyush. And this second user is Pratyush. He has opened the Microsoft To Do on the web, and first user, that is Prakhar, has opened in the desktop version. So Pratyush adds two tasks, task 1 and task 2, that are automatically synced to the other user, that is Prakhar. But now Prakhar marks the task 1 task as complete. But on the list of Pratyush, it is 2 marked as completed, whereas he has not completed till now. Yeah, and if he edits, like if one user edits some task, like he renames that task to sample task 500 or something, that changes also take place for the other user, which he doesn't want it to. Then next, how Enlist takes over this scenario. Can we have a next walkthrough, please? Yeah. So here's the walkthrough of Enlist. The first user is logging in, that is Prakhar. And here we have the second user on the web version of Enlist as Pratyush. So now first user he adds a task 1 from the mobile app and he adds to the shared part. And now when we refresh the website, it automatically comes for the second user. And now if second user adds the task from the web, like for example, task 2 and the deadline, and if he also adds it in the shared section, then we just have to refresh our app and it will be automatically synced in the collaborative list. Now the difference is when second user marks the task 2 as complete, enlist won't affect others users list. As we can see in the list of Pratyush, the task 2 is still visible. It is independent of others list. It doesn't affect any of the changes. And if he like renames the task 2 as something sample task, it will nothing happen, any change for the other users. Yeah, I guess we can move on to the next slide. Yeah, so here I would like to conclude with a vision that 404 Enigma aims to change the work done by the people, by the users, to keep in terms of online collaboration by building a solution that automates the whole process with just a press of a single button. Thank you. Signing off, sorry. Thank you.
Great, guys. Good rhetoric skills, Prakhar, and I actually like the pitch. Just on the lengthy side, so but you compensated it with the demos and everything. And yeah, investors and everyone just love demos, so that was a good point. I just have two questions. One of them is like, I personally am not a coder, but how hard would it be for Microsoft to do and the competitors that you mentioned to implement this code? I think, does it take to like build another algorithm, or is it just a 1 line or 2 line of code that changes the whole thing?
I guess this is all about the algorithm, and we took about 6 months to build this algorithm. And like, first of all, as I told, like we have faced this problem in our college. So we did a lot of R&D, like if we can already have one to do, which is we can use directly. But after, I guess, R&D of month or two, we came up that I guess we have to take the initiative here. And I guess it took around, we started on 5th September of 2020. So I guess it took around 6 months to build this algorithm. And I guess the number of lines which we have in an algorithm is more than 100, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, only just last question that I have, and I think we're also running out of time. But like, out of the 3 co-founders, how many of you code, and who doesn't code? Like the one who doesn't code, what is the responsibility of the other founders?
Yeah. So basically, 404 Enigma consists of 4 co-founders. First of all is me, and I'm basically Android native developer. Then second one is Pratyush Jan. He's basically the web developer, front-end web developer. And third, we have Sudhanshu Pandey. He's basically the data analyst, and he's into AI/ML. So we have one more feature of ML that we have integrated in Enlist. I have not covered that. The fourth co-founder we have is Rahul Mancharamani, and he also handles the backend part of the website. So basically, like we have a whole team of a startup kind of, which is lacking of an iOS developer, I guess.
Over to you, Noah. All right.
Okay, Prakhar, I do not need to be convinced that this is a real problem, because I am very often the guy DMing my friends asking, hey, when do we have to submit this assignment, this, that, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I am your customer.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is, first of all, can you talk to me a little bit about monetization? And secondly, what's your go-to-market strategy? How do you get people to use this? Of course, organic is going to work for some time within your college, etc. But then how do you move beyond that?
Yeah. Rahul?
Okay, so yeah, sure. So first we have a target audience. So first target audience is colleges and small organizations. So we reach out to the head of the college, lead, co-lead, and the leads of the club. And we have made a pricing model that we give one month of trial period, and we make a dedicated workspace, their private workspace, according to their custom needs. So currently, Enlist Web has 2 models. One is for our college, dedicated to our college, that is authenticated by our PRN in our college, and the other is for outside users. So we are trying to work around the methods to provide a dedicated workspace for other colleges, that their PRN, their roll number can be authenticated, and the users of their college are need to be there. Just all. And the next thing, the pricing model around this is for standard plan containing 500 members in a workspace, we want 6,000 per month as a base standard pricing model, and then we can increase the price according to the according how big that organization is.
So this is B2B. You're selling to schools.
Yeah, first target is college and small organizations. Then we move on to startups, and we have major plans to build this whole product into an workspace. So a user can come, user can create our own workspace, and they can host workspace privately, publicly, and members can come into there. They can have their own authentication system and things like that.
Basically,
I don't want to interrupt, but I think way past time is up. I'm sorry, Noah and the founders, for cutting you guys short. But this is we still have a lot more pitches to watch. So, it was a really great pitch. And it was a great idea as well. Hope you guys learned and got some insights. But moving on to the next.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you guys for pitching. Moving on, we have Daksh Goel.
Yeah.
If Daksh is here, he can. Hey Daksh. So maybe you can just start sharing your screen and then over to you.
I think it's visible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hi everyone. I'm Daksh Goel, and with my teammates, I'm building Link Connect. Link Connect is a content collaboration platform. So the problem that we're trying to solve is pretty straightforward, that a lot of content creators, specifically YouTubers or creators on Instagram, face this problem that, they need to grow their audience. And for that, they need to collaborate with other content creators to, get an initial traction and an initial push, right? So that's the kind of problem we're trying to solve. And the three main problems that they face while trying to collaborate is that where do they find the contacts, or where do they find the details of the person, of the people that they want to collaborate, right? And the next thing is, how do they do it? Like, it's a really long process. You send mails or DMs to a lot of people, and the people who reply back are really less, and therefore it's a really time-consuming process. And that's what we are trying to solve, right? We're trying to make an ecosystem, a product wherein you can directly get matched with a lot of content creators, and people who have a similar kind of audience base and who are working in a parallel niche can get matched, and they can connect and collaborate. So our three main features are that you can just directly connect with the perfect person. You can find their social media presence, their portfolio at one place, and you can just get to know about them, right? And you can directly use our templates and all to email them and to invite them for your podcast or whatever you want, to, right? The next question is, why would anyone come up on LinkedIn when they have a lot of other options, right? So the main point is that you can directly search for other creators through AI, right? And we'll make our algorithm in such a way that it's pretty straightforward, and you only get the best results, right? And the next thing is, you can network really easily. You can get to know a lot of people, and you can build a personal brand. So our business model is pretty straightforward. It's kind of social plus marketplace, right? And we would be having a freemium model. Like, after we get some initial traction, we would be adding up, we would be putting cap on the number of invites that you can send, and we would be having some subscription for if you want to get more invites. And our target market mostly consists of personal brand builders like YouTubers, Instagram, people working on Instagram and stuff. And we would try to integrate in and add in all other people like freelancers, brands, like in due course of time. Right. This is the market size. It's this is the market size. Like it's about 500 crores, the whole content creation market in India itself. And the personal branding market that we are targeting right now is about 20 crores. And a great thing to note is like there's like 130% year-over increase in the number of new content creators. So this is a really booming space, and it could be great for us. So these are some of our competitors, but as you can see that none of them are, doing the same thing as us. So they're, doing different things. Like most of them are either B2B or they are paid collaboration tools, or they're only for podcasts. So that's how we're gonna get an advantage and an edge over them. And we've built the MVP, and we're done, with our first 20-25 users, like a basic beta testing. And now we're gonna go on to, increase our presence and get more users. So that's it. Do I have time for a product demo, or do we skip it?
If your product demo is under 30 seconds, then maybe, but otherwise we can move on to the Q&A session.
Yeah, I think let's do the Q&A session.
Okay, sure.
Viren, you want to go first?
Yeah, actually, we had talks with Titan Capital last month. And yeah, I just have one question again for you. Like, did you have a talk with other content creators, like the famous ones, say Noah and Harish and Shreyans?
Yeah, I reached out to a lot of content creators, and now we have a content creator on our team also. He's Somrat, so he's also joined us, and he's also pretty sure that a lot of YouTubers have faced this kind of problem. He himself has faced this in his initial days, and he said that he was facing problem while trying to monetize YouTube, and so that's why he's working with us now, and that's how we're trying to.
Great. No more questions from me. All right.
Daksh, what kind of creator would use this? Like what level, what popularity level would the creator be at the ideal?
Yeah, see, any creator who wants to grow right now and who wants to, make a presence and grow, and who's not into monetization right now, because like after you grow to a certain level, every creator needs monetization, right? He wants that his creation should either go to a business, or he should sell merchandise or something like this. But before that, like every creator, he wants to get some traction basically. So he would be getting organic reach and organic traction through the platforms itself, but this would work as a growth hack basically, that
But they would actually have to create something with the creators they matched with, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so out of the 20 people that are using the platform right now, how many of them have actually created stuff together? And what are the views or plays, etc., on those pieces of content? Just so I understand what type of creator is using this.
Okay. So basically, like out of those 20 people, we have right now one content that has been created, and it was between two finance YouTubers, right? And it was kind of a podcast, right? And it increased the views on that specific video were like 2x as compared to the views of that the YouTuber was getting before that. Like,
what was the number?
That specific video? Like it was about 750 or something, and an average like views of his videos were somewhere in 200, 300, 400 range. So that's
okay. Cool. I don't have any more questions.
Adding to Daksh, your doubt was what kind of creators definitely this platform won't be used by the big creators. We are presently targeting the creators who need traction at their initial stage. Collaborative market is increasing to a level. For an example, I'll give you. Instagram has launched their feature to to show reels in a collaborative manner. Like people can collaborate and publish a one reel. Same with post. So for users at a below stage, like the early YouTubers and early influencers, this becomes a kind of growth hack that will help them grow their reach, because they will get the reach of two users. Then they
Got it.
Great. So that was a really cool idea, guys, and it was a great pitch as well. Thanks, Daksh and team, for that. Always great to see new ideas. Moving next, we have Anup R. Great. So you can start the pitch whenever you're ready. You're not audible.
He had muted himself.
Yeah. Sorry. So let me share my screen again. So are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
So good evening, and I'm here to present our product, which is Wind. And Wind is an effort to harness the billion-dollar opportunity which is there in your living room, which is your television set. Okay. Now, what is Wind? Wind is basically a TV app with a mobile counterpart, which you can download on your Android TV, and the mobile app you can download it on your mobile phone. And basically, it has three features. The first one is live calling, which is the Wind TV call. So now, which enables users to have one-way video calls in the easiest possible manner. So basically, there is no casting, there is no mirroring. Your TV and your phone need not be on the same Wi-Fi, and you don't need a external hardware or a webcam. So basically, this is a one-way video. So use cases can be a number of use cases. Say, for example, if a husband is going to a garment store to buy something for his wife, the wife can be at home and see what the husband is purchasing, and kind of do the selection on TV. Another use case can be probably a real estate agent. If he wants to show a flat to a client, the real estate agent can be in that flat, and the customer can be at home, and the real estate agent can call the customer, and with just one tick of a button, the video feed of the real estate agent will appear on the TV screen. Okay. Similar is a case for your auto sales as well. Somebody wants to buy a car, it will be a similar scenario. So this is basically the flow of how it happens. Okay. So in case of a salesman, we have taken an example. I'll take an example of a salesman. A salesman is standing near the car in the showroom. He calls the customer on a prefixed time. The customer's phone starts ringing. He picks up the call, and the customer switches on his TV. Then with one single touch, the video feed of the salesman appears on the television set of the customer, and the customer uses the his mobile phone to talk to the salesperson, just like a walkie-talkie. You can see the picture over here, in which you will understand. Salesman cannot see the customer, but the customer can see the salesman and the product which he is presenting. So, which is kind of good in a business context. And there is also support for headphones. So if the customer plugs on, say the TV speaker is too loud for his family or whatever, if he plugs in the earphone on the in the mobile phone, the TV goes mute and the audio switches to his headphone. So basically, this is a basic mechanism. We have also applied for a patent for this mechanism. You have the application number over there. So now going ahead, so this was the first feature. The 1 second, it went off somewhere. Yeah. So the second, kind of piece of wind is the wind TV plots. So what we are going to do is that inside wind, we are tying up with big players in 4 sectors. First is your real estate, second is auto, third is jewelry, and fourth is your furniture. So in all these 4 sectors, brands can build their exclusive space on the Wind TV app. So when, as a user, when you open the TV app, you will see a lot of brands, icons of a lot of brands, and when you go to those brands, you will actually be able to browse through their products and service, through their products. Maybe if it's a real estate, it's a flat. If it's Maruti, say for example, they'll have their cars. So basically they'll build their dedicated space, and there you can discover the products also. And using the Wind TV call, which I just explained earlier, you can actually talk to their salespeople also, so they can achieve sales as well through this app. So the third piece of the puzzle is your Wind TV stick. So now, as you know, the TV, in India there are around 21 crore TV sets. Okay, out of that, only 1 to 2 crore TV sets, that is less than 5%, are Android enabled, where you can actually download the app. Okay, for all the other TV sets which are non-smart, we are coming up with a TV stick. Now this TV stick can just be plugged into a non-smart TV, and your TV will become an experience machine. So basically you can access all these features which I explained earlier on a non-smart TV using the Wind TV stick. Okay, so now some of the experiences which we can target here is that on a personal experience, which I have already told you, that between family members, if somebody wants to call on video and see each other, they can do that. Okay, this can be useful for making purchases. This can be useful for witnessing events like housewarming, or small engagements, or birthday parties, etc. And e-commerce, as I've told you, we are building those plots wherein people can go and they can check out the offerings of companies, and they can connect with the salespeople. Now the middle one, which is the entertainment, is something which I would like to go through in a bit detail. Is that we are actually building a space for budding artists to register themselves. So we have partnered with a company called as Damru, which is an emerging music app. So singers or artists can actually register themselves. So there are 3 categories. One is your music, second is your stand-up comedy, third is your poetry. Okay, so all these artists can register on the app, and users like you and me can schedule performances, live performances by them, on various occasions. Like for example, if I have my daughter's first birthday, I can call up and schedule a singing performance by a particular singer, and on that particular appointed time he will call me and he will sing on TV, and everybody will watch that and enjoy the performance. So this will be for music, this will be for as I said, stand-up comedy, and this will be for poetry. So basically this is the long and short of basically Wind. And we have as of now we have a team of 4 people, and all of us are IT professionals with over around 10 to 12 years of experience. And we have already have the app live on Play Store. I think 2 weeks back, not even 2 weeks back. It came online. We are just testing it, and we have also spoken with B2B partners. That is, we have spoken with Godrej. We have spoken with Godrej Properties. That is, then Tanish, and in the jewelry segment, and also with Maruti. And they have definitely expressed interest. But as and when we gain traction, definitely they will come and build their apps on their plots on the Wind app. And the Damru platform is on. We have already signed the contract, and we have started building the space as well. So this is all about us and Wind.
Great, thank you so much, Nivan, for that. I think we're a little bit over time, so we can take maybe one question. Noah or Viren, if you have.
Viren, do you have a question?
I don't think he does.
I think he's. Nivan, I want to understand how you identify this problem, and how big of a problem do you think this is? because it's just an HDMI connection away for me to do most of these things from my laptop, right? Or screencasting, etc. So
yeah, so I'll tell you, screencasting will work. Yeah, obviously, how I managed to identify this problem was that when I'm currently searching for buying a flat, and it is always a pain to go there and look around at the flat, and if so that was something which I wanted on my TV set on a large scale. I can see it. Okay. Now your question about an HDMI cable. So how will you do calling over an HDMI cable? So it's like live calling. Either you will have to use a platform, say a Zoom or something, then you'll have to open your laptop, then somebody will have to have an appointed time, you'll have to fix the HDMI cable. So there are 4 or 5 different steps which you need to do to go it in an HDMI cable. Also, in an HDMI cable, there is a mirroring issue. So you speak somewhere, you will get a double sound. You will have sound from the TV, you will have sound from your phone. So it's a complete mess. It's not very convenient. So basically, this is a one-touch solution wherein you just call somebody, you just press a button and you have it on your TV screen.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for this. And it seems like a really great product win. So good luck in the future, and we will definitely keep you posted regarding the results of this. So thank you so much, Niman.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next team, I think we have Suyog. If Suyog's here, could you please start sharing your screen and
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So yeah. First of all, I would like to thank BlueLearn for this wonderful opportunity that they gave us. And today we are going to tell you about something that is going to change the way internet is going to work since its creation. So we are going to talk about a startup that is Cursor, a platform where creators create and people listen. Can you just go to the next slide? Yeah. So the problem, so we didn't create this problem, nor do we are like talking. We have actually researched on this problem and we feel it ourselves. So that dramatic decrease in percentage of people preferring to read content. And as you know, the internet since the start has always been, in the text always has been in a majority over the internet. So, writers still output the same readable content. And due to this, there is majority of readable content. And as I've told in the problem statement, there is drastic decrease of people preferring to read. Okay, and so reading is not something that can be done everywhere. It requires a lot of special focus. So what is the solution? So if writers feel writing is easy, they may write, and if listening is easy for people, they may listen. So what do we really do is we use ML and AI to convert our blogs into real sounding audio blogs, and so the writers don't need to worry a lot. And this content is something that users can really feel close to, and they can hear to this reading to this written content in form of audio blogs. And listening is something that can be done anywhere, even while working. If your mother tells you to clean your house, you can just put in your earphones, listen to the audio blogs, and work at the same time. So why now? Audiobooks and podcasts have gained a lot of popularity in their recent times, and you can see the drastic growth. Also, people are getting less time to get around, and due to this pandemic, your work from home and the screen time is increasing. So you can listen to Cursive even while switching off your phone.
Yeah, so thanks, Yug. Next, we come on to market size. We are having a total market of 1.2 billion. It includes the people who live to, listen and write as well. Out of which 509 million is our serviceable market, because we aren't including the people who are reading books, just like such categories which aren't involved in us. Next, we come to Cursor's market. We are targeting the people who love to listen, read, and write. If we check out our competitor, we have Medium, Hashnote, Blogger. And if we see this graph, we can just clearly see the position of Medium. It comes under hard to listen and easy to create category, which means because we can't hear on Medium directly. Same, it comes for Blogger and WordPress. It's because they are hard to create and hard to listen. They are in hard to create and hard to listen category because listening isn't a thing which is available here. Next, we come to Audible and Hashnote. It's coming under the hard to create and easy to listen category, because here we can listen to audio blogs, but they are much complex to create an audio blog. Next, we come on to Cursive. We are we are staying in a completely different space, which is easy to listen and easy to create. It's because we are having different voice models as per the demands and needs of the people.
Next up, let's just talk about a product, and we actually have this thing up and running on cursive.com. This is how our homepage looks. And next on, this is the really robust creating system that we have created. Here you can just very easily put out all of the thoughts that you have. You can just include pictures, blogs, everything that you just wanted over here. And this is our interaction page. Now I would just show you a demo of a product because it's already live, so why not, right?
1 second, let me
And
share
I'm pretty sure by the actually at the end of this, I mean, like, you know, my aim for you to my aim of what I like, you know, what I really want to do after this pitch is that you just come and use cursive yourself, because at the end we're just creating audio versions of whatever you could just read previously and like only read, but we are giving you another option of actually going and listening to it. Let's just listen to a blog.
Privacy means people know what they are signing up for, in plain English. Some people want to share more data than others do, certainly a personal choice, but ask them every time. Apple's CEO, Mr. Tim Cook, seems to be taking.
That's how this entire thing looks right now. And I hope you were actually impressed, right? Let's just go on our business model. So he will just pull out the slides again and let's just see what a business model is. I mean, it's actually very, very simple. Just creators write, and because creators are writing, we will be inviting out brands to show out ads, and we will be keeping 70% of the amount of whatever they gives out. And like, especially in terms of ads, we will be having these things called as audio ads, because people tend to listen to ads a lot more than they will actually see the ads. So that just creates a lot more listening experience for the user. Next coming on, and this is the part which, like, you know, for which I am really excited about, and that is the future plans. For once, we are, for the first time ever in this, like, on the planet Earth, creators can actually, and like, you know, by creators I mean or Google Podcast or Apple Podcast, or like wherever they want their podcast to be. So they can just write a story and they can just upload it over there. And the second thing is that we have figured out that we have these things called as a medium and the Hashnode APIs. Now what these APIs allow us to do is we can programmatically upload blogs to them. So once we get a blog, we will just be uploading the same blogs to Hashnode and Medium, because essentially they are a competitor and they have a lot more users than currently we do. So we will be like, you know, the only reason why we want to do this is because essentially we just want to steal their customers, because at the end there are, like, you know, competitors, so just why not? So we will just programmatically upload all of the blogs, of course by the consent of the like, you know, the creator, and then a lot huge, I mean, like, you know, a wider audience will be able to come and interact with the blogs, and like every single place, in like as many places as possible, we'll be just embedding cursive.com, or like, to read the blog, go to this location, and then people will just see the link over and over and over and over again, and they will like essentially just come to this point that they just want to go and see the blog, because why not, right? And this is our like cool team. I'm actually very proud of our team. This is me, Shubham. I work as a developer and a growth, and like, you know, I'm just mostly into this AI stuff and like this sort of crazy web development things. Then we have Dhare, who works for the AI, I mean, he works for the UI and the UX, as well as he's really great at designing things and like the marketing of the things. Then we have Suyog, who again is a really great developer, and he's just brilliant at marketing. So this was our team. I hope you like the presentation. You can just ask us anything that you really want.
Yeah, I just saw one question. Have you heard about the startup called Listener? LISTNR.
Listener?
Because
well, actually,
they're doing.
Can you just...
I don't remember, just 3 months or 4 months back I checked out the startup, but I think they're doing a similar work, and they had also like partnered, or I think they tested on TechCrunch or something. But you can probably check them out. But I think they're doing quite a similar job as yours, so maybe you can take inspiration and get more features to your platform as well.
Sure, we'll actually consider it.
Yeah. Hi guys. My question is, don't you think that content that's written is meant to be read, as opposed to content that is in audio form that's meant to be consumed in that form? Because for somebody to create audio content is not very hard. The barrier is the same as for written content, but as a consumer, I mean, it's just there are two different formats of creation as well as consumption, right? So, is there really a need for this in this way?
Yeah, because there are a lot of content that can be actually listened instead or as an opposed to go and reading it out. Like if you just consider an example, I have the Apple versus FB one. So this is something that I can. This is not something very important, okay? Because they have their internal affairs going on. But this is something I can simply listen to instead of going and reading to it. And writers also write in an interactive way sometimes. That is something that can be written on this platform. So mostly stories and most of these things that are actually we can't do anything, but this is something that people should know. These type of content can really be give a edge over this platform can give a edge to this type of content.
And especially we have a huge variety of voices with us, so
Yeah,
the creators can just go and create in whichever voices we have. We just showed you one of the voices, but we have 10 different voices to suit every single mood that the creator might just write in.
Okay, cool. Can you talk to me a little bit about your go-to-market? Do we have time for that, Shreyans?
Yeah, maybe a minute or so.
Okay, sure.
Maybe a minute or so.
Cool. So what are you all doing to acquire customers? How are you all, reaching people, getting them to use the app? What is the retention rate? Like once somebody
Well,
uses
actually,
it.
what we are currently doing is it's like previously what we were trying to do was we were trying to publish it or just sort of invite more and more users through social media, but that didn't really work out well for us. So now our current strategy is we find a lot of these .blogspot.com websites that blogspot are hosting, because I just know this thing called as a Google Doc, using which you can find a very specific niche of websites or something. So what I'm really currently doing is I just use the power of Google to find these really great blogspot websites, and because they are writing on a platform which is certainly not as good as ours, so we are just contacting them directly and telling them, hey, like you are just listening. I mean, you are just almost wasting your time writing on Blogspot. Why don't you just try out Cursive? It's not a force, but you can just try out Cursive, and you might as well just fall in love with it.
Readers though, how are you getting readers or listeners rather?
For the readers, for the listeners, I would say that we do have about two things. One, if a creator can create, then of course they know a lot of people and they will be sharing it to people. And the second way that we are trying to get out more and more listeners is by going to these online posts wherein people are talking about different books or different topics that we might have on a platform, something like LinkedIn or like Instagram, and we are just sort of talking about what they can see on Cursive in the comment box, because in that way we can have a personal chit chat with the people. And one more thing that I would just like to add, if you remember in the future plans, I said that we are it is almost 90% done. Only about 10% of the few things which is just left for that Spotify thing, so that just writers can write and it will be automatically uploaded to Spotify. We currently have actual paying customers who are ready to pay 100 rupees per month for that product. So we have gathered these people who are just willing to pay a monthly subscription for getting this service from us.
Great.
Thanks.
Great idea and great pitch, guys. Happy
Thanks a
to
lot.
see you guys.
And can I just add one more thing?
Sure.
I just wanted to give you a few numbers that we have seen. We have implemented our own analytics system, as well as we are using Google Analytics, because our analytics system is still not as developed. So one thing that we have is it's been about 3 weeks that we have started, and we have about 1.3K listens on the platform. So at least as far as previously whatever I have created, it seems to be a nice thing. And besides whatever we are doing on Cursive, we are also contributing into open source projects, especially through the project that we are building for I have started about two to three different things, mainly because of Cursive, but then now that it's open source,
Shubham, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but it's been way past your time. But thank you so much, Saris. Moving on to the next team, we have Finsley, Yashank, I think.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yeah, Yashank, you're audible. You can start sharing your screen and start pitching whenever you're ready. Over
Yeah,
to you.
sure. Just a second.
Sure.
Are you there?
Am I audible? Sorry, I got
Yeah.
kicked out. I don't know how. Okay, I'll share my screen. Just a second. Okay, so is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So hey, I'm Yashank from Team Finfly. So let me tell you one thing. So did you know we, as a students, like almost 1 billion USD, Indian students can earn if they invest wisely every year. But do you think that's happening? I guess you know that's not happening. So reason why is that? So there are majorly three problems. The one is by the time they graduate, students have little or no financial literacy. Actually, they don't have any literacy. So and there alongside there is no one-stop solution where user can actually learn, invest, and try and gain that understanding how stock market works. So there is no such platform. Alongside, there are a lot of simulated stock exchange, but there is not a single platform where they can do this transaction real time for free to learn about it. Not only since there is no platform where they can actually learn about their past experiences using the analysis of why they took that decision and what at that time what they were thinking so that they can improve their intuition. So coming up with the same, there were two frustrated students, me, Yashank, and alongside my co-founder Lasya. We came up with the same issue, and then we thought of the solution, that is Finfly. So talking about Finfly, what Finfly is. Finfly is India's first interactive and engaging platform that educates you how to invest in stock market by actually experiencing the whole process with a stimulated environment, and that is a part of community. So talking about the product, so as I mentioned, so we have a simulated whole stock exchange. So we have our own stock exchange. We have our own company. So I'll give you an example about that. So for say there is two people on our stock exchange and someone wants to buy a stock at 840 rupees, and there should be a person in real life that should buy it, that should be selling at 840 rupees. But if you see at other platforms, it's API based platforms where they can use the stock exchange and they'll just buy the stock. But here at our platform, they'll do the real transition between two people and they'll see how the market is going and up and down. And obviously that's a fake credit. Alongside, we have interactive modules. We have seen there are a lot of platforms with big courses, but at today era, we have an modules that is informatic modules from 1 to 5 minutes. You will learn through that and you will actually implement stuff right between there and you will do some tasks to learn more. Alongside, we have customized IPO launches. So as we have our own stock exchange, we can actually do our IPO launches so that people can learn how IPO works, what is the probability, and how do you actually know about the IPOs. Not only this, we have custom case studies where they can actually learn from the real case studies. We'll be implementing in that. They'll be dealing in it and they'll understand what affected the company, what affected the stocks, and how it went blow off or how it went up. So what actually exactly happened there. So alongside, as it's a fake platform, so we have a fake news as well. So there is a platform where we'll be giving fake news. So they'll be analyzing using that. They'll be understanding what company do, how that happening, what is the news, why they are going up, why they are going down. So all of this. So now talking about why they will come to us. So we will have a platform where they can compete against us. We have a virtual marketplace as well. We'll give them rewards according to their daily earnings or weekly earnings, all time earnings, so that they can come back, they can show up to their friends and they can actually learn through it. Now coming up to the market size. So almost 400 million Indian millennials can earn, or they're about to earn in the upcoming years with stipends and salaries, right? But if you see, only 4.4% of 1.3 billion Indian population have demat accounts. So we can actually see what there is a need of this and how big is the market is. Coming on next, why now? Actually, in the past year, there were 10 million new demat accounts from April 20 and Jan 21. That actually tells how people are getting into this. So this is the right time to go through this. Now coming up to our revenue model, we have paid fake credits, option to buy them when you are exhausted, you can buy the credits. Alongside, we have a very flexible subscription. So you don't have to take subscription for the modules where you have to have a commitment. You can take daily, weekly, or monthly, and you can have that. Alongside, as there will be a lot of footfall, we have ads in the form of personalized banners and a lot of news. So when someone is scrolling a fake news, there can be a real news inside as a subscription or ad actually. And alongside, when they are ready to move on to the real stock platforms, we are partnership with the real stock brokers. So whenever someone moves from our platform to there, will be taking commission alongside. So these are our revenue models. Now coming up to team. So as I already mentioned, me and Lasya, we are co-founders. I am intern at Rocatium and she is MIT research intern right now. Alongside, we have Muskan Goyal, she's handling our product. She's an ex-product intern from Adobe. We have Arvind, he's a big tech freak and he was a Google I/O meetup speaker this year itself. And we have Vanshita, she's taking care of our design. She was a former Google Developers Student Club lead. And a fun fact, me, Arvind, last year, Vanshita, we all are Google Developers Student Club lead for the past year. Alongside, we have our developers, Parth, and he's a lead developer. He has shipped a lot of apps in past 2 years for various companies as a freelancer. Now he's working with us. Alongside, we have an intern. His name is Sanchit. So that's it.
Thanks, guys. Viren, you want to go first?
Yeah, I really love the idea and quite innovative, I'd say. Just one question again, usual one, like was this a problem that you faced personally, or like how did you come up with this idea?
Yep, I'll take this. So few months ago, I got my first stipend, and when I got it, I was like, okay, I'll buy this. But actually, my parents came and you have to invest it. You know that, right? I was like, in 3 years of my college, no one told me. But now you are coming and you are telling me I have to do this. How would I know? And there were plenty of things to do, right? So I talked to Lasya. I said, do you know how to do this? She said, I took a Udemy course, but believe me, that was worst. So I was like, okay, so we need to work on this. Then we figure out few stock exchange. Then I couldn't understand. One day, actually, Lasya told me how stock price go up and down is when someone have a deal, when someone make a deal, that's the last deal happen. That's the stock price. I was like, I never got to know about anything like that. So then we thought of this and we started working on this.
Great. No more questions.
So one question I have is, I understand the value of making everything fake credits because whatever, they're real trades, etc. But won't it significantly complicate things on the ops side? Because you are going to have to create content, like fake content for every single listing that you have. And it's just going to be like, and also, I don't know, you mentioned putting real ads amongst the fake ones. As an advertiser, I don't know how much value that is going to be to me when, I don't know how many, like nobody's going to be clicking if they know they're fake ads. So can you talk a little bit about that? Whether, do you have any solutions for the massive operations challenge that this is going to be?
So I'll take the first part of the question. As you said, it's going to be a lot of work putting up all the financials and all the data that comes in the back end for all the companies, as you said. But we are essentially taking the past graphs or the company's financials or revenue from the existing companies and revenues, right? So they are just inspired like that. But then after coming to our platform, once the trading starts, that's when it gets updated and goes along with the flow as and when how the community drives the trade to be, and it has nothing to do with the real world market. So that is essentially how we are making the process easy by gaining data. And Yashank, would you like to answer the second part of the news?
Yep, and I'll add on to the first answer as well. So taking about all of this data, we actually have influencers as well who will be taking up the courses and content too for us. We actually onboarded one of the influencer in the past week itself, and we have already collaborated with 58 universities, DSC clubs, and will be running up the sessions and events in the upcoming weeks. Alongside talking about the second point, so actually all those news are just not a title news. You can actually go inside it and you can open it up and you can learn about it. And whenever talking about the ads, that is just a part of it where you can actually add on. We have various places where we can place the ad. For example, I like to show in the product itself. So as you can see in the is the gain and losses cards. So if you see all the platforms, you will see Amazon and all of that. These have a carousel part of thing where you can put up the ads. So these are the key points where
I believe you. I don't think it's good. That's not a major concern for me. Where you're going to put the ads is not a major concern. The major concern is simulating an entirely fake world where you're going to have to put fake news for every single thing. It just seems like such a huge operations challenge, right?
Correct. That makes sense. So actually that we thought of that, and there were three major parts of it. Number one was the data, how we will take all the companies we are facing, right? As last year mentioned, we are taking the old financial and we are building on that. Now in that also there was an issue how we'll run up it. So we have our own bots running. Until there are a lot of people on our platform, our bot will keep on the transaction so that it can go up and down. So half of the work bot is doing for us for the data. Now coming up to the second part of the content, we have a platform where a lot of in these people who can actually make content, and they can come up, they can have their own courses, and we'll be having a small charge courses, as I told, the membership courses. So taking content will be their part, and third, coming up, our side will be to managing all of these things. So I believe the first data part will be taken care with the old financials and the boards. Second one will be taken care with the people will have influencers, and the major part will do is to manage all of this.
Cool. No further questions. Thanks, guys. This was very interesting.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Yashank, Lasaya, and the whole FinFleet team. I'm genuinely like this product a lot. My questions were similar to what Noah asked. The building all the fake news and stuff. But I think it's a great problem that you guys are solving. So good luck for that. I'd love to see how you guys execute. Moving on to the last team that's left, Shreyash.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you just present your
So there
screen?
there was a network problem. So 1 minute. So,
sure, no issues.
So
but it's all good now. Yeah, everything is good. Yes.
So myself Shreyas, and my project is Token of Ledger, the blockchain assets manager. The problem is we don't have a dedicated device for blockchain. The next big thing, we have protocols, networks like Ethereum, but not any device or platform that can handle those assets or tokens in NFTs and crypto. We don't have a secure assets manager device. So the solution is we'll be having a full node crypto wallet. I'm gonna choose Ethereum because it will be having NFTs and all dApps, decentralized applications. That's 500 GB ledger, and we'll be using customized operating system like Ubuntu Touch, any Linux distro. That will be platform for decentralized and P2P applications. Why now? So there is much buzz in blockchain, and the whole internet gonna change in 10 years maximum to the Web 3.0, the blockchain, and there are many less competitors doing same as I'm doing. About market size, there are 68 million blockchain wallet users, and this month the crypto market is $2 trillion. And there is no doubt that market size is big. So the only competitor we have is HTC Exodus, was released in 2019. They have Bitcoin as a full node crypto wallet, but we'll be having the Ethereum as a full node, and primary we can give all Bitcoin or any altcoin as a cold wallet in the form of pen drive. HTC have Android, and Android has trackers, Google and other Facebook, other services, but our operating system will be customized and secure. We'll choose any Linux distro or make our own the kernel of Linux. They HTC have Bitcoin, and there are no dApps for Bitcoin, but in Ethereum there are many standards like ERC20 for various purposes to build smart contracts, dApps, and NFT. In HTC they have Google services that makes less secure, and it's like an ordinary phone with some specifications like having Bitcoin full node crypto wallet, but we'll be having only dApps and no third party cookies. So our product is Token Ledger, every token and asset manager, and that will be handy phone or device that will manage all digital documents. In future, all the documents will be digitally stored in the blockchain, so that will be digital validator giving license to your documents, and there will be dApp store, decentralized application store like a Play Store, and there will be a DeFi manager, decentralized finance manager, and a secure crypto exchange. As we have the full node wallet, there is no need of any other third party wallets providers like CoinDCX or Zerodha. We have our own ledger. So that's all, and we will be providing P2P and decentralized applications platform, and there will be privacy settings like cryptology, VPN proxies, and blocking third parties, and it's platform for NFTs and collectibles. About business, we'll be taking margin over the token for we are going to sell and some providing some extra services, giving it premium like cloud, and we'll expand those services as we move on. About my teammates, myself says, and I do program smart contracts, and I have good knowledge of blockchain architecture. And there is one friend of mine who is in COB Pune, who is doing security and blockchain, and friend of mine beside me who does game development and NFTs. And there is also a friend of mine who is at NIT Trichy doing make third. He's in third year now. What we need from you is, we alone can't build this product. It's a big thing. It's huge thing. We need to collaborate with many people out there in the industry. We want more people to join us and contribute to our product. So all we need from you is incubate and guide us along the way to build the product, and that contributes in the revolution blockchain. Thank you, sir. That's all.
Yeah, like again, the usual question that I had, like, why did you feel that crypto or a blockchain technology would be needed, and like, was this a personal problem that you faced, or you found blockchain interesting?
I'm learning it from 1 year. I am learning smart contracts programming and all the blockchain stuff, and there are many friends of mine doing in crypto and someone doing in NFT. They all had a problem that it's not secure, and I concerned that about that there must be security. There must be a device that can handle all those. In Play Store, there is no recognition for those that dApps, and there is no platform for secure platform or device for that. So that's also. And we are gonna have the Ethereum wallet full node, so there is no need of third-party applications like Zerodha and CoinDesk.
Okay, that's all from my.
Shreyas, saying that we need a separate device to use blockchain applications is like saying you need a separate device to use the internet, right? At the end of the day, blockchain is just a layer on top of it's a value exchange layer on top of the internet. So why do you feel like we need a separate device? And also, if you're making this thing run on only dApps, and which is what I think you're doing, right? It's not going to be connected to anything else. It's only going to be whatever exists in the blockchain ecosystem at the moment.
Yes, sir. The main reason is there are many third parties like Zerodha, and many of them are providing services, but our device will be providing the ledger, so that there is no need of other third parties, and that will be secure. And we will provide the environment where anyone that is a developer in blockchain that who can publish their applications in future in the next 5 to 10 years. Mostly there is a change in the internet. The web 2.0 now you are using will be changed by web 3.0, and so we need a secure handy device for the investors, for people having assets in blockchain, like who handle NFTs and do all stuff in blockchain. That like there are many apps in blockchain applications that is in music, in gaming, and much is coming ahead, and there is application of blockchain in all the stuff we are doing in the internet today. So it will be convenient if we have the full ledger, full node, and that will be secure. So that's why.
Great. Thanks. Sorry to interrupt, Noah.
I know, no more questions. I had no more questions.
Yeah. All right. Good. I know you're super interested in this space. Maybe we can take this offline with Shreyas sometime later. But thank you so much, Shreyas. Seeing a blockchain startup in this is super cool. And yeah, blockchain is definitely, I think, it's the future, and slowly we can see more startups being funded, blockchain related. But great idea. And so I think that concludes our entire event. We have listened to all 11 pitches, and to the audience, to the 101, 110 people still watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for staying till the complete end. Sorry it got a little bit long. We did not expect, so much so interest and questions and stuff like that. But so coming to the results part, we will be declaring the results, but not publicly. We will be taking it forward with the founders individually, giving them some feedback and maybe taking it forward. Noah and Viren have been super helpful as judges, and they will be evaluating startups on their own personal capacity and then taking it forward with their seniors at their VC firms that they work for further meetings, second, third round meetings, and other things like that. But I just want to thank everyone who showed up today, the founders, the participants, the hosts, and the judges, Noah and Viren. Thank you so much for coming and making this event great. That being said, we will be reaching out to the founders who have the top three, and taking it forward with them. And as for the rest of you, do not get disheartened. Rejection is only a part of a life as a founder, and especially in the startup ecosystem. We will be having these events at least once a month, if not more. And we'd love to see other participants as well. There's no harm in trying and applying multiple times. We would love to see some second-time founders or same company appearing again in our competitions. That is the true spirit of the startup ecosystem. But it was an honor having you all here. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye. Take care.
So I'll just end this.
Sure.
Yeah. Bye. Thanks for coming, everyone.